quite often we get asked why we can't just print one product or why there's a cost involved to do a pre-production sample. If you look at the machines beside us, you can see how much is involved in printing the products. It's just not a matter of sitting down and putting a logo on it, as many people think. There is an entire process that's involved. What you're seeing happening with the bags right now is similar to what also happens when we print t-shirts. And this entire process needs to be repeated for every color that's going on the product.
I think the main thing to remember here is the human element, is that this isn't something that we've just put in our system and a robot is spitting it out. Someone has to go find it in the warehouse, pull it from the warehouse, prep the screen or any transfer that's to go on it. Then they have to set it up on the machine, and then they have to make sure it's not crooked, and then they have to make sure that it gets printed, and then from there, then it goes to get packed and shipped and out the door. So there is a cost to it, and that's easier to sort of like disperse over multiples, like when we're doing hundreds, or even if we're just doing 50, when we're doing one, all of those costs land on that one item versus 100 items.
Of course, there are times when we want to do a pre-production sample for you. If you're doing something with a brand new logo, if you're working with a large volume of something, we want to ensure that that full order is going to be perfect, so it makes a lot of sense to then set up the machine to run one from everyone's perspective.
Absolutely. Like for us to do one for the volume of what we're doing, that makes total sense, because it's sometimes what you see on a screen and what you see in reality doesn't always meet your vision, and we try our best as possible to get to your vision before we do that. But at the same time, there's always something a little bit, and it might be you get it, you're like nailed it, done, put it into production. And sometimes it might be what we've had with clients where their logo color, the color they gave us for the PMS, was the wrong one. And nobody in branding knew that until it gets printed and we followed it.
There's also times where there's very fine detail in the logo, and we're not sure how much of that we're going to lose, and therefore we want to take a look at it once it's actually on the press. And there's, like as Kate mentioned, the colors. The colors can be a big issue, especially blues. If the PMS is slightly off, suddenly that blue is a purple. So sometimes we want your approval on that color to make sure we've nailed it.